Welcome to the Music Reel. I'm your host, Nicola Burton, and I have with me today Mark from the Pushworth Group. And I also have a very special guest, Jamie McEwen. Now, Jamie is the founder of the Events and Entertainment Industry Group on Facebook, and this has provided valuable daily updates for artists and workers in the events and entertainment industry throughout lockdown. And I got myself every day, I'd get out of bed, go straight to that group so I could see what was going on. So, Jamie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. It's been a real pleasure watching everything unfold on your group and on your page. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me. So I really appreciate it. I really did feel a need that I needed to start some kind of group or support network throughout our industry. And there was obviously a big calling for it because we were all at very much of a loose end, and we're all in the same boat, whether we're freelancers, full-timers, business owners. It was a bit of a shock because we were one of the first really hit badly.
That's right. I mean, you've kept everyone connected, you've kept them informed, you've kept them inspired, you've given them resources. It's been such a great spot for everyone to go to every day. So well done, dude. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. It's we're all in this together, and it's very much that way. And I hope anyone who got some value out of it, it's really important.
So I'll make sure I put the link into this post. But look, let's just start with, how was lockdown for you when it first happened? How did it impact what you were doing?
Well, for myself, obviously, I think I really felt the impact probably more so before the announcement was made by Scott Morrison about the limited people per venue or in indoor space and outdoor space. I actually saw the turn, especially with more sort of international events, American companies that do come over here, do certain road shows or especially at the ICC in Sydney. A lot of those were scaled back quite considerably. So this was even pre that. I felt myself quite a hard downturn even from that. So, you know, when I was looking at sort of more February, that was really starting to indicate that this was actually going to be quite hard, and it was shaking up our industry even at that point. I think we'd still had a bit of a slow sort of start to the year due to the bushfires as well. I think that had a slight impact. So we were hoping to really come out of that, because that slowed us out, because we're so tied into tourism, where our industry is a really good barometer of what actually happens in the market. So if any one of these markets, because we are really tapped into so many facets, whether it's the finance industry, tourism, hospitality, we really feel the pinch once any one of those industries really do start to hurt. We actually feel that impact just as much as them, because obviously we're behind the scenes, we're the artists, the tech crew, the entertainment, so on and so forth. So yeah.
Look, do you know what work is going on behind the scenes with regard to industry associations and governments getting together to try and talk about, obviously, what we need is a bridge? Because if JobKeeper finishes in September, most industry businesses will not survive. So are you aware of any conversations going on around that at the moment?
I did see that there was a bit of a post up on the Facebook chat about someone approaching the treasurer. I think we still need to I don't think we yet have banded together as a proper industry, as a collective. I still think that we're still falling through the cracks. The MEAA, I know they're screaming. Obviously, a lot of papers now have been shut down, and a lot of publications are now being shut down. So there's lots happening within not only the entertainment, but also the publications, journalism, stuff like that as well. I think we need to band together. I think we need to really start pushing and making a little bit more noise than what we have. I think we're just too quiet. I really think we're just too quiet. You know, I was hoping to get a bit more of a rally, but we're just so used to or especially what I do, being the ones that's dressed in black, behind the black drape. You know,
Yeah.
we're not seen, we're not heard. We're the production crew, or you know, the artists go on stage and that's it. You know, I think we need to do more as an industry overall to really push Canberra to really start getting what we need as an industry to survive. Because I know the corporate sector it's not going to be recovering this year. And if anything, we're going to be looking next year to the year after before we really, you know, see a fold back in our industry to what it was, or even close to that.
Oh, absolutely. Mark, over to you.
I was just going to say, it's sort of ironic, isn't it? You know, like for the first time in history, the music industry's actually been quiet. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Like, so unusual. Jamie, what do you think a live show is going to look like post-COVID?
Oh, I think overall people are going to be. One thing I do think is I think it needs to be different moving forward. I think what we've done in the past is I think we're going to have a lot more more that live streaming thing. We're going to have more studio-based stuff where we're going to do panels. More people are going to participate via technology now, not just in person. So I think that will actually have a massive impact overall. But I think that's going to happen a lot more in a lot of sectors, even with businesses from working on home. A lot more people are going to be connected more online and through these streaming services. I know that there's a few companies up there turn their warehouses into, you know, big LED backdrops, and they've got lights and cameras, and they're really sort of still doing that live show or live event, but more of a conservative base. I think that is going to take a big turn overall now. We don't necessarily have to be in the same room to do these events now, and that will be the long-term sort of change. I think that will actually happen.
And I think you're right. I think technology is actually going to become a bigger part of what we do as an industry. I do believe eventually we will have events because, look, we as humans, we need to connect energetically. We
100%.
need we're social beings. But I guess I want to talk about with you, you have developed something pretty ordinary, pretty extraordinary. So tell us about Croupon.
Yeah, well, I developed the app just before I kind of had an inkling, but we were ready to go with the app. Basically, what Croupon is it's basically very similar to a scheduler meets WhatsApp meets Airtasker almost.
Oh, wow.
So it's a combined package where obviously also what's changing, I think, is how we engage or how we're employed. So I think a lot more people are wanting that change of dynamics where it comes to the gig economy.
Yes.
A lot of people are wanting to pick their hours, select the jobs that they want to enter into, whether it's short-term, long-term contract, or even full-time work.
100%.
So what Croupon done, I just launched it just before COVID.
No.
I know.
Timing.
So it was brand spanker, fresh, crisp, and we were just getting into it, and COVID hit. So unfortunately, I had to sort of pull back. So basically what it is you have two parties. You have the hirer and you have the jobber. Yeah. So the jobber could be anyone from tech crew to anyone from the entertainment industry, whether you're a musician or a DJ, and even hospitality, where you're a barback or where you can go, I need crew now.
Yeah.
Simple post. People can say, I'm available, I'm available. You've got the star rating, which you know what you're getting. You've got the reviews. You can list all your skill sets up there. And it's human resources on demand also. Yeah. But as a collective, but point to person to person. So there's no agencies involved. It's not about taking 10% off the jobbers or off the arts. You know, it is subscription based. For a small fee. But I'm not taking. So if you engage someone that's a 4-day contract that's say $1,500, I'm not going to whack that. You know, the app doesn't whack 10, 15%. You know. margin out of that, you know. And I think this is where things do need to change now in regards how we also, not how we interact in an event space now, but how we also engage within our industry as well. So so I'm kind of slowly put it back up there. So it is coupons. You can visit it at coupon.com. We're tweaking it at the back. It's not fully up and running, so I'm hoping with another month or so I'll start re-releasing it and pushing it out there as much as we, you know, so we can all try and get some work out, you know, back in when it comes.
Exactly. And finally, Jamie, if you could time travel back to December, what would you say? What would you say to yourself? What message would you give December Jamie?
Oh, if I could, one, I would have held back coupons. That I would have done. I would have held that app back. And I think all what we've done, it would do at certain points is we invest in whether it's that new piece of equipment or that new bit of technology. I probably would have gone, maybe hang on to your money just for a little bit longer and not. I think we're all in that kind of boat. And we, you know, I think that's where it would have been. And obviously, if I had that lovely crystal ball, I would have tried to sort of set myself up just with another little side, some kind of side hustle or some part-time work to crawl through this is the best way that all of us are having to deal with.
Benefit of hindsight.
Well, I know, absolutely.
Look, Jamie, I want to say a personal thank you to you because you kept me updated throughout the beginning part of lockdown by checking in with your group every day. So I think that was a great service you did for everyone. And I also want to say thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. It's so good to hear all the different perspectives of everybody in this sector because, as you say, we need a louder voice. We've got a big story to share, and we really do need to come together to make sure we can actually keep this industry alive. So, Jamie McEwen, thank you so much for talking to us today, and best of wishes with everything moving forward. See you next time.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, guys.